Alright, guys, so the universe is Machine Epsilon. Next part. It's been interesting so far. That last one, I should have realized that was just, dumb on my part. I should have gotten that one much sooner. I just didn't even think about putting them all.
Grand! So many doors! The path still appears to travel onwards behind a large gate, but there are forks in this path. An opportunity to travel, see the universe, go along any path I desire. All this travelling, though. I would like a travelling companion. Someone to watch over me, help decide where to go, watch my back, keep me company. Oh, but that's just silliness. I don't really need anyone. I'm a god.
Okay, so we have 4 different rooms that we have to solve, I'm assuming.
Some decisions are made outside of the conscious self. I seem to observe a lot of my actions with little or no control over them. I must still own these actions. If knowledge is in the mind, to be alone is to experience all of knowledge. All the substance of knowledge exists within mind. Therefore, to suppose another, whose mind was unknowable or transient, would suppose a world in which all knowing was an impossibility. So it follows that being alone serves as a proof of my deity. In this way, it is a comfort to me that I am alone. Others would be a difficult problem. A stairway to heaven made of fool's gold.
Okay, so we got up here.
Being alone is important. If one does not hear both parts of a conversation, one cannot have a full idea of what is discussed. To be alone is to know the whole story. But still, this world seems to attempt to communicate something. The world is filled with part conversation. The writings on the walls, the walls themselves.
Okay.
Let there be yet more light.
Okay.
Being alone can serve as a comfort. If there's no one can hurt you. But perhaps that's a bleak outlook. There must be joy that comes from others. Praise, they can offer praise. As a god, praise is something I can relate to. Not enough praise at the moment. Worship wouldn't go amiss. But if there were others, they might attempt to belittle me, bring me down to improve their own relative status, accuse me of pride, narcissism, pretentiousness, or grandiose self-referential commentary. Nonsense. Pretension implies there is a lack of thought. The pretense of thought. I've thought long and hard about how brilliant I am.
Okay, so is that the end of this? Oh, there's 2. Okay. So is this one complete? Are we done with this one? Now let's try 3. See what's behind door number 3. Well, at least this one's open to something.
It doesn't take a genius to see that I am a genius. Comparative statements are somewhat redundant when you're the lone wanderer of the universe. I think I'd like a goddess to share this with. We could walk around and talk about gold, perhaps waste away the time discussing how brilliant I am. She could bask in my intellect and compliment me on my immense wealth. Perhaps she'd look like me too. Obviously she couldn't be as handsome, that would be unthinkable. Could I create a goddess more majestic than myself? Could I create a rock that I couldn't lift? Well, apparently I can create doors I cannot open. What does a goddess do, though? Quite clearly, I'm busy doing all this god stuff. Walking about, thinking about stuff, solving problems, inventing problems to solve. Would she be my helper, or off doing her own thing? I'm a pretty big deal. If I had a goddess, I'd assume she'd want to be around me most of the time. But I feel like I'm too busy with all these challenges to possibly give her all of my attention. I mean, to be fair, it's likely to destroy her given my godlike intensity. Maybe I'd make her in my image. That would be amazing! 2 of me! Oh, we'd have so much in common! I'd quite like her to be lively. Well, first, she'd have to be alive. Being alive is somewhat a prerequisite for being lively. Not created life yet.
Okay, so we got through the first
I
part.
see as through a glass dimly, not knowing as I should know.
Okay, so we're supposed to get the suns in all. Supposed to only have one in this one, one in that one, but 3 in this one somehow. Okay, so I have to do like that. But how do I even... There we go. Got it.
More light. Slight obsession with light here. I'm done here.
Okay, so we just gotta go back and forth here. There we go. Okay, so 3 is done. Alright, so let's see what number 4 is all about.
Why can I be surprised? If I'm all-knowing, then I should know all. Perhaps there is a moment when knowledge is created. Sometimes when I ask these questions, I wish there was a response. Wish there was someone out there listening to me, hearing these words. But how could they tell me even if they were listening? I've never heard their voice. If a voice came down from the sky to talk to me, I'd probably think I was crazy. But in case anyone's listening, I have a surplus of gold. If you'd like to pop by my universe, I could give you some. Friendship for gold? Straight up trade?
Okay. So there's these bridges that we connect. Question is, what are we exactly connecting them to? I guess I should have looked at it before I started messing with it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's a reverse, basically. Okay. It's a reverse of some sort. See what this does. Okay, well, so we at least, I think we got through it. Not really sure what that one was for then.
That's this done. I make a lot of mistakes and missteps. Can a god make mistakes? A mistake is something unintended. Am I an imperfect god? Or perhaps I'm not a god at all. Oh, no. Let's not be silly. Of course I'm god.
There we go. Now that's bringing that out. Then this one's in. Okay. This one's kind of difficult. So we gotta do this to bring those stairs out. And we go this way, it pushes them in. By the time we get back, they're already closed. Okay, so if we go this way... Same thing. There we go. We walk backwards. There we go. Alright, so that takes care of 4. So now all that's left is 1. Okay, so it's the opposite. But does standing on it do anything? Oh, thank God. That was a pain.
How does compartmentalization square with consciousness? This subconscious, what's that doing? Keeping secret knowledge. Even as a god, the idea of trudging through my subconscious is somewhat nightmarish. Some things best not known, even for the all-knowing.
Okay. I want to say I go like this way and then back. There we go. Okay, that opened something. Did it open the door? Yes, it did. Good. Whoa.
The sad thing about being a god is the crushing loneliness. I don't really feel I have an equal. This wall, for instance. Don't get me wrong, he's a smart-looking wall. I enjoy being around him, but he has little of interesting conversation. Very flat personality. Like the bridge from earlier. Very anthropomorphized.
Okay, so those two are in place. Stop. I don't even know why I'm looking at the picture. I should just match up the pillars, right? Let's start with this one. Or I have to start with the outer ones. Okay, got that door. What is that?
I love giant machines. The bigger the machine, the better. This is my idea of heaven. There's something about a giant machine that screams godlike. Me and my machines, animated, as if alive, but really just acting inside a closed system. They give the impression they are full of life, but they are just wheels and cogs that turn in time. Ticking, clicking, and clacking contraptions.
Okay, so this is the starting point, and we have to turn things as we need them. Okay. Let's see where this takes us right now. Just to see. So we can come up here. We go over here. Leave this kind of in a circle. Come up here. Takes us up there. Over here. To there. To up here. And boom! Alright. So we got all four. Hopefully we can jump without dying. Yeah, we can. Okay. Alright, so now we go back, and I think that big door should be open now. I think that's the ultimate goal, is to light all four rooms so that we can go through the big one. Okay. So now the door has everything. And it opens. Nice. Alright.
Still no companion.
Alright, forks in the path.